The explosive revelation that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has leveled against India on the apparent role of Indian agencies in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a dreaded Khalistani terrorist in Canada earlier this year in the month of June, has put India-Canada bilateral ties on another downfall. The ties were already rolling downslide only because of the alleged laxity of Canadian government acting against Khalistani terrorists and the elements who have been promoting anti-India campaign in Canada, who have been threatening and intimidating Indian community and Indian diplomats living in Canada. And despite several times India has raised the issue with the Canadian government, there has not been enough actions that has been taken by the Canadian authorities against these elements working freely in Canada. But now the news is coming that Canadian government has shared the intelligence inputs regarding the investigation in Hardeep Singh Nijjar's case with the group of Five Eyes countries also. Now, what is this group of countries? The Five Eyes is, 5 members are there, namely UK, US, Canada, Australia and New Zealand, and they have signed a treaty. The treaty came into existence somewhere around Second World War, when the world was having a very uncertain geopolitical situation, when the national security was of prime importance. So these countries started sharing intelligence inputs, monitoring everything that could go against their national interest, and they would send and share plethora of information with each other that could be processed and further used to have all sort of assurances that would not go against their national security. So that was the broad reason why this monitoring, surveillance and mass surveillance happens under the Five Eyes intelligence sharing treaty. But what has changed that this group has not been on the side of Canada when it came to criticizing Indian agencies' alleged role that Canadian government tried to raise with their allies on the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Apparently, US was not very keen on coming out with a joint statement that the government wanted from the group of 5 countries. However, there have been some solace because some of the members of Five Eyes countries, they have said that, starting from USA, the White House National Security Council spokesperson Adrienne Watson's statement said that we are deeply concerned about the allegations referred by Prime Minister Trudeau and that we remain in regular contact with our Canadian partner. It is crucial that Canada's probe continue and offenders get prosecuted. So this is what USA had said. The charges were also described as serious in UK, where Foreign Secretary James Cleverly stated that India's role in killing of the Sikh leader is being investigated by Canada, and James Cleverly also said that this should go on, the investigation should go on. Australia's foreign ministry has said that it has spoken with India at senior levels about its worries on the event. It has not been cleared at what level Australian side has tried to raise this issue with Indian side, but we know that now Canada has tried to shore up the diplomatic support among its peers, its allies, including NATO allies like USA, on the issue that is not very fact-based, not evidence-based, at least for now, because Justin Trudeau has not been able to put in public domain any evidence that would relate Indian agencies' role in killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. In fact, this is what has been raised and asked by the opposition in Canada as well, that they want to have more evidences, more facts on which they would comment as to what should be their reaction, how should they proceed, because India-Canada bilateral ties are very important. There is 100 billion about investment of Canadian companies, Canadian pension funds in India. A huge diaspora of India lives in Canada. Security, safety of them are also very important. A large part of them are very influential in social, political, economical context in Canada. They have been contributing to socio-economic development in Canada. They have been part of Canadian society for several decades now. So in that context, if a community from a certain country is labeled, that would create a local law and order situation as well. But for now, Justin Trudeau seems to be hell-bent upon having some domestic political leverage after alleging Indian agencies' role in killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who happened to be a Khalistani terrorist, who happened to be sought after a person by the Indian agencies, and whose role in several crimes and terrorist activity in India was well established and was shared with Canadian government in the past as well.